Good day, I'm Sir EA and I will be your teacher in Precalculus. Precalculus is a specialized subject for grade 11 STEM students. For Chapter 1, our topic is about analytic geometry. And for Quarter 1, Week 1, an introduction or overview to Conics section. For the most essential learning competency, the learners illustrate the different types of conic sections. We have two objectives for this lesson. Number 1 is to know the names of conics, and number 2, to illustrate the different types of conics. What is a conic section? A conic section, or simply conic, is a curve derived from the intersection of the surface of cones and planes. As you will notice in the figure 1, you can see the different types of conics inside the cone. For us to understand the topic about conics, we need to illustrate and visualize to see how it is formed. As you can see in the figure 2, it illustrates the different types of conics, namely the circle, the ellipse, the parabola, and last is the hyperbola. Kung mapapansin nyo ang figure 2, mayroong red na rectangle na naga-up and down. Ito yung tinatawag nating plane or rectangular plane. Dito nabubuo yung conics or section ng conics. But before that, we need to recall some key terms to remember from our geometry class. Number 1, parallel lines. Parallel lines are the lines extending in same direction but never meet. For figure 3.1, this pair of lines is an example of a vertical line. Makikita nyo, never silang nag-intersect, nagdikit, or nag-meet, but same ang direction nila. For figure 3.2, it is an example of diagonal lines. As you can see, they never meet or intersect. Ganon din sa figure 3.3, which is an example of horizontal lines. Point of intersection. Point of intersection is a point where two or more lines meet. There are two lines, the line P and the line Q. They intersect or nag-meet sila. After nilang mag-intersect or mag-meet, point O is formed. Point O is the point of intersection. Next is perpendicular lines. These lines intersect at right angles or 90 degrees. For figure 5.1, the horizontal and vertical line intersects. As they intersect, they form an angle of 90 degrees. Same as figure 5.2. Every time na may makikita kayong square na maliit, tulad nito, ibig sabihin, ang angle between them is 90 degrees. Normal line. It is another term for perpendicular line. Ang ibig sabihin, same lang sila ng perpendicular line. As you can see in figure 6, the red and the blue line segment is perpendicular to the input line segment. Therefore, the red and the blue line segment is normal to the gray input line segment. For the next slide, itatakal natin ang parts ng cone or double nap cone. As you can see in figure 7, these are the parts of the double nap cone. Tinawag siyang double nap cone dahil ito ay dalawang cone na pinagpatong ang dulo. Makakatulong ang pag-alam ng parts ng cone para ma-identify natin kung anong type ng conics ito. Number 1. Axis or axis of symmetry. It is a fixed line that passes through vertex. Sa figure 7, yung blue na broken lines ang axis of symmetry. Makikita nyo din na nagpapass siya sa vertex. Kung mapapansin nyo, ang base ng cone ay circle. Kaya kung circle ang base ng cone, mayroon siyang center. Ang center ng dalawang base ng cone ang magsisilbing endpoints or dulo ng axis of symmetry. Ang axis of symmetry din ang amplitude or height ng double nap cone. Number 2. Vertex. It is an intersection point of two nap cones. Ito yung point na yellow at intersection daw siya ng dalawang cone. Kung mapapansin nyo din, siya ay point of intersection ng dalawang generator. Number 3. Vertex angle. It is the angle between the vertex and the generator. Ito yung naka-shade na blue. Ito din yung angle sa gitna ng generator at axis of symmetry. Number 4. Generator or element. It is a line that rotates around the fixed point vertex and axis of symmetry. Ang generator daw ay umiikot sa fixed point na vertex at axis of symmetry. Ito yung color red na line. Kaya siya umiikot or tinawag na generator dahil kapag umikot ang generator, magge-generate or makakabuo siya ng double nap cone. Number 5. Directrix. Directrix, it is a perimeter of the circular base of the cone. Yung green na curve ay directrix. Ito daw yung perimeter ng base ng cone. Ito rin yung circumference ng circular base. Sa next slide, makikita natin ang 3D animation of a conics. Makikita natin kung paano nabubuo ang conics kapag nag-intersect ang plane at cone. So, circle, ellipse, parabola, hyperbola, two intersecting lines, a single line, and a point. Nadako na tayo sa 4 types of conic section. Number 1. Circle. Circle. It is a conic when the plane is horizontal to the base. Makikita nyo yung circle na nag-iiba ang size or area habang tumataas baba yung red na plane. Pag sinabing front view, ito yung view kapag nakaharap ka sa double nap cone. Mapapansin nyo din na kapag nakaharap ka sa double nap cone, siya ay isang horizontal line. May dalawang key points na dapat tayong tandaan sa circle. Number 1, ang circle ay parallel sa bases ng cones. And number 2, ang circle ay perpendicular or normal sa axis of symmetry. Number 2, parabola is a conic when the plane intersects only one cone to form an unbounded curve. Tinawag siyang unbounded curve dahil naka-open siya compare sa ellipse and circle. Ibig sabihin nun, hindi siya closed curve. Para sa front view ng parabola, siya ay may diagonal or siya ay naka-diagonal line. May dalawang key points tayo na dapat tandaan. Number 1, ang parabola ay parallel sa element or generator. And number 2, ang vertex angle ng cone is equal to the vertex angle of the parabola. Number 3, ellipse. It is a conic section where the plane intersects only one cone to form a bounded curve. Ang ellipse ay bounded curve tulad ng circle. Ibig sabihin, closed curve sila. Kung i-analyze natin ang ellipse, may dalawang key points na dapat tayong tandaan. Number 1, kung mapapansin nyo, ang ellipse ay hindi parallel or perpendicular sa any parts of a cone. And number 2, ang vertex angle of the cone is less than the vertex angle of ellipse. Number 4, hyperbola. It is a conics when the plane, not necessarily vertical, intersects both cones to form unbounded curve. Ang hyperbola ay unbounded curve na nag-i-intersect sa dalawang cone compare sa tatlo na nauna. Ibig sabihin, ang hyperbola pwede mag-intersect sa dalawang cone at a certain time. Front view of a hyperbola. May dalawa tayong key points na dapat tandaan sa hyperbola. Number 1, ang hyperbola ay nag-i-intersect sa dalawang cone. And number 2, ang vertex angle ng cone is greater than the vertex angle ng hyperbola. Last is the degenerate cases. Degenerate cases. These are the conics in which it appears in form of point, line, degenerate hyperbola, or two intersecting lines. Kung i-observe nyo, hindi sila bounded or unbounded curve. Sila ay point or straight line. Hindi sila curve tulad ng mga naunang example. I hope na naintindihan nyo ang topic na makakatulong sa pagsosolve natin ng equation ng conics sa mga susunod na lesson. So, God bless and have a great day.